When we think of the samurai, we usually picture the flash of a katana, right? But what if I told you their real power wasn't in their hands at all? It was actually hidden in this deep, powerful philosophy of the mind. A secret weapon that's just as potent for us today as it was on the battlefields of ancient Japan.
So let me just ask you straight up. When you imagine a legendary warrior, what do you think is their single greatest asset? Their armor, their unbelievable speed, the perfectly forged sword?
Nope, it's none of those. The most powerful weapon, the one that decided who won and who lost long before a single sword was even drawn, was the mind. And for the samurai, mastering it was everything.
See, the Japanese martial ways, or Budo, are so much more than just fighting techniques. It's really a discipline of mental strength, and it's built on these three core principles that come from Zen Buddhism and Daoist thought. These aren't just tricks, they're whole states of being.
Okay, let's dive into the first pillar, Fudoshin. Think about it. In a world of total chaos, whether that's an ancient battlefield or just a modern-day board meeting, the very first challenge is to find your center. Fudoshin is the art of building that unshakable core.
Fudoshin literally means the unshakable mind. Just imagine for a second, a state of being where all the outside pressure, the fear, the anxiety, the anger, it's all raging around you, but your inner core, it stays completely still, completely unmoved. That is the heart of Fudoshin.
And listen to how this legendary sword master, Yagyu Munenori, put it. He says, "Victory isn't won when the fight is over. It's won in the heart, in that moment of absolute resolve before the fight even kicks off."
Wow.
This idea is so important. It's actually embodied by a Buddhist deity named Fudomayo, and his tools are the perfect metaphor for what Fudoshin does. He holds a sword, right? That's for cutting through all the illusions and confusion. And the rope? That's for tying up your own wild, destructive emotions before they can grab the steering wheel.
So here's the bottom line. This isn't just some abstract philosophy. For a samurai, this mental anchor was literally the difference between life and death. And for us, swimming in this ocean of constant information and pressure, Fudoshin is that very same anchor that gives us the clarity to navigate the storm. So once you have that foundation of stillness, you can build on it with the second pillar, Zanshin. If Fudoshin is the anchor, you can think of Zanshin as this incredible, wide-angle lens of total awareness. It's basically the antidote to our modern epidemic of distraction.
The word Zanshin is often translated as the lingering mind or the remaining mind. It's this practice of keeping your awareness totally switched on, even after the big event seems to be over. You've fired the arrow, you've hit send on the project, the tough conversation has ended, but your mind stays present, watchful, and engaged.
There's this fantastic old samurai proverb that just nails the idea of Zanshin perfectly. The moment of victory is actually the moment of greatest danger, right? Because that's when we're most likely to let our guard down. Zanshin says, nope, the moment you think you're done is precisely when you need to be most aware. Vigilance never really ends.
And that's what you've got to get about this. Zanshin isn't a task you do, it's a state you live in. It's not some light switch you can just flick on for the important stuff and then off again. It's more like a continuous, steady flame of awareness that you carry with you through every single moment. Okay, so with a stable mind and total awareness, we can finally unlock the third and, honestly, the most profound state of all. Let's get into Mushin, the ultimate answer to hesitation, overthinking, and that pesky ego that loves to get in our way. Mushin translates to mind without mind. Now hold on, this doesn't mean your brain is empty or you're not thinking. Not at all. It means your mind is free from attachment. It's so present that it just flows from one action to the next, without all that friction from your inner voice nagging you, judging you, or second-guessing everything. The Zen master Takuan Soho, who is basically a performance coach for some of the greatest swordsmen, explained it like this. If your mind gets stuck on any one thing, the sword, your opponent, your own fear, it's trapped. But if it flows without stopping on anything, that's Mushin. It's everywhere at once.
And what's so incredible is that the greatest samurai of all time, Musashi Miyamoto, used the exact same metaphor. He talked about letting the mind flow like water. Water doesn't resist. It just takes the shape of whatever contains it. By holding on to nothing, it becomes free to respond to everything. That right there is pure Mushin. So when you're in this state, you're not consciously thinking about what to do next. All those years of training just take over. That inner critic finally goes quiet. Your body just acts perfectly and instinctively. It's what athletes call being in the zone. It's where action becomes effortless. All right, so let's bring all this home. How do these three ancient pillars come together to create one integrated, seriously powerful mind that we can actually use in our own lives today?
You can see how it all connects, right? It's a path. First you build Fudoshin. That's your unshakable foundation against all of life's storms. Then, on top of that stable ground, you cultivate Zanshin, a constant relaxed awareness. And from that state of stability and awareness, Mushin just naturally happens. That's where you find the freedom to act perfectly, without a hint of hesitation.
And this is really why this all matters. Fudoshin, Zanshin, and Mushin, these are not just some dusty ideas from a history book. They are a timeless toolkit for navigating our own very chaotic modern world. They offer a real path to stability, focus, and genuine freedom for any of us.
So I'll leave you with this to think about. Take a look at your own life, your own challenges, your own world of nonstop distraction and pressure. Which of these three pillars, the unshakable mind, the lingering awareness, or the mind without mind, do you need to focus on building right now?